Let's do a little bit of addition by subtraction, Hank. What both units are going to need to win a title? We need to separate the Lakers real quick, if we may. The starting five, that core has been together for a minute. Then we got this unpredictable second unit. Everybody on the roll as role players. What is it going to take, in your opinion, Hank, for this thing to work? When you separate the starting five, Rui, D'Lo, Austin Reeves, LeBron, AD. Do you think JJ should stay with that five? Forget all this trade talk, go down with the ship of that five, or do you think that it might be necessary to make a move in that starting five? Let's start with them.
So you're saying AD, D'Lo, Austin, and who else?
Hachimura and Rui. Pretty much that's been the core for the last 3 years anyway.
Right, but Ham was adjusting that lineup so much, they didn't really get a lot of, I say, continuity with it, if that makes sense. If he's going to do it, let's see what happens when you keep him in there and let him work together. And like I said, I believe in both D'Lo and Rui. They just got to be in the right positions and play their roles in that position, along with AD and LeBron. But if it's a big trade, if it's the right trade, yes.
Okay. All right. Do you like seeing guys like Rui? D'Lo, I don't have a problem with. But still, do you like seeing guys play better with LeBron off the court than LeBron on the court? Especially your starters. Because last year, D'Lo played very well when LeBron wasn't on the court. And Rui played much better when LeBron wasn't on the court, even though he worked with LeBron one-on-one all summer prior. Does that feel good to you or not? It feels weird to me because you would want to see people do good without LeBron, but you're not going to win without LeBron. So if you can't win with him on the court, then you're not doing any justice to the team.
It's style of play. So D'Lo touched on that last year on his podcast. I don't think Anthony Davis was in that one, but he was on the podcast. And it may have been more of a shot at Darvin Ham.
Okay.
But his style of play, he likes to have the ball more in his hands as well. And that might be part of the problem when LeBron is on the court. His style, he can't play his style of basketball till he feels he's more effective in. And maybe that's the same thing with Rui. But you have to adjust to win. Even LeBron's teammate, D Wade, who we just seen in these Olympic Games, has said that you got to adjust when you play with LeBron. Have to.
But it works. He gets you to the promised land. He wins. That's my thing. Why go against what works?
Like what is it? What James Harden say? I am the system.
Yep.
That's LeBron. He is the system. So you guys have to adjust and play their roles in order for if LeBron is on the floor. But when he's off, they might shine more in star power because now, he off the floor. I can do what I feel I'm the best at. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense only if you don't if you don't step backwards when he comes back on the basketball court. I need you to, at the worst, be on the treadmill. You going backwards when he gets in the game doesn't help me at all. So I'm good with what you're saying as far as the starting five. Let's see what it looks like. Let's give it a real chance because we really didn't have a real opportunity. Even last year from the start, Darvin benched Austin Reeves. He benched D'Lo.
Rui.
It was rocky road from the start. So I agree. But now here's the most important thing. This is the most important thing, Hank. LeBron history has shown he's not winning a championship without a good supporting cast. I don't care how great he is. You look at this role, you look at this team for the who we have coming off of the bench. Christian Wood, Max Christie, Cam Reddish, Dalton Connect, Bronny James, Gabe Vincent. It is a nightmare.
Questions, a lot of questions. Now, I really do like Dalton Connect. I think if I hear him in trade talks too, might be a piece. But
really
watching his game, yeah, they're floating. They say he played well enough to where they can put him in a package to get something. But I feel he could be maybe something like Jaime Jaquez was for Miami and really make an impact on the team. I feel like he has enough play, his play style can be effective for the Lakers, especially with the shooting. So let's see how that turns out. But I think he could be an asset off the bench if it all, works out.
I need you to show me any reports that you come across about any talks about trading Dalton Connect. I never saw anything like that, and that would be a horrific move. He was a steal, if you ask me. And if they trade him and kept Bronny, no disrespect, it's just more of an issue. That would be terrible. Even though he could be a value, use him. Use him.
I think he'd be an asset. I do.
Is he the best player on the bench? That's the problem. Dalton Connect might actually be from a skill set position. Who's better than him coming off of the bench?
And then again, Gabe Vincent was such an outlier. We don't know what he's going to do. Last year was going the whole year. He had a good season in Miami. Is that person going to show up this year? And if he does, then we'll say he's probably the best player on the bench.
I don't believe in Gabe. Gabe is a one-hit wonder. That was a Cinderella story in Miami. I didn't know nothing about him before, and he ain't shown me nothing after. And Miami didn't win the finals that year that he had breakout year. Look at the other. Yeah. It's sad that Dalton Connect really could be the best player on coming off of the bench. That's not good at all.
Christian Wood, we know he can explode offensively when he wants to, but it's not solid. It's not guaranteed. My boy Killer Cam, I'm rooting for him, but he's not showing up offensively.
Offensively, he's nothing.
Defensively, he's not bad. He's pretty good defensively. But offensively, that's what they need. They need scoring. And he's not showing up. Even if it's just driving to the basket and getting some tough,
drawing some defenders, helping wide open shots for Dalton Connect in the corner, stuff like that, manipulating the defense. I don't even know what type of intelligent players. We don't even have any high basketball IQ guys coming off of the bench. Shit, what if Bronny is the smartest?
That's what I'm saying. Unless it's Bronny going to be the new Draymond or Manu or Jokic in the second round, come out and be a star.
We know he ain't ready to do that right now. He need to be in the G League.
Was he 18, 19 now still?
Yeah. Yep. And then like you mentioned yesterday on Playback in Lakerland about the Suns picking up Tyus Jones.
Yeah, I really wanted the Lakers to get him. I really wanted.
And that was for a league minimum, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but they'll mark my words. Phoenix, as long as they're healthy, they're going to be a better team with him holding down the point guard, getting guys set up because he's great at that.
That's what they didn't have last year. That was one of their problems. They didn't have nobody to set him up. He could get exposed though because he's going to have more of a responsibility. So we'll see what type of player he really is.
Hey,
you know what I mean? Like
get it in Memphis
on a small scale, but we've seen Jalen Brunson get that opportunity and really maximize and capitalize from it. You know what I mean? And then he got his own team in New York. Tyus, I'm not saying that he has an opportunity to take over Phoenix, but I do think that going into the signing of him, I think his role of importance is going to be way more once we get into the actual season of basketball. But, I'm disappointed. I wasn't really hoping that the Lakers was going to pick him up. He wasn't on my radar, but just seeing everything that's happening with D'Angelo Russell, and then you look at the lack of guys that you have on this bench, moves are going to have to be made, but I just don't know. For the latest and greatest on your Los Angeles Lakers, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we appreciate the support. Follow us on social media at Lakerland Show, and join our Playback TV room for our free VIP access to our Lakers watch parties, and of course the Lakerland podcast. That's playback.tv/Lakerland.